Oh, wait. Pretty bad. But like, well, I don't know. Unless you were like, I was gonna say if you like were, if you predicted the future and were all in on like energy. I guess energy is like the only sector in the S&P 500 that's up annually or something like that. But even then, like oil prices have come down a lot, so I don't know if that's actually true anymore. What did you learn from your biology undergrad? This is an honest question. One thing I learned is laboratory practices, which is actually really relevant if you're going to pursue a career in science. That was probably like the principal thing that you're supposed to learn being an undergrad in biology is like how to go to a lab, how to, you know, culture bacteria on agar plates and, you know, use fly nap to put fruit flies to sleep so you can figure out whether they're male or female. Oh, hello. Everything go okay at the drop-off? Oh, let's go. Inside out. I did. I told Chad, we came to a conclusion together. I told Chad that my salmonella is moderately resistant to my antibiotics, and my Campylobacter is apparently resistant. But then we agreed that the fact that I feel symptomless is actually a good sign. Because it means that the antibiotics probably did something, but my immune system kicked in and probably, with a little bit of help from the antibiotics, was able to finally push me over the edge to healing.
Is that a copium?
I hope it's not copium. Because I also went off a little bit about how it took them, they didn't want to prescribe me antibiotics because they don't want to promote antibiotic resistance, so they waited 10 days until the cultures came back, and then they prescribed me antibiotics that my bacteria was already resistant to. So I said, thank you, doctor. That was I really appreciate doing your due diligence on that.
But you're immune to it. Isn't that you took too many antibiotics in your life?
No, it means that the Campylobacter that I got already had some built-up antibiotic resistance. Probably because it originated in the poultry industry, and they're giving antibiotics to all the damn chickens so that they don't get sick, so they can get 6 extra tenders out of each breast. I did not look at any of the fruits. I'm so screwed, dude. Where are we going, lads? A lot of people are moving towards the blackberries. Okay. Okay. We got a star? Is that a star fruit or is that just a star? We got 2 coconuts, we got 3 blackberries, 2 coconuts. 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 Let me out! We got 3 durians, 2 coconuts, and a blackberry. 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 3 durians, 2 coconuts, 3 durians. I'd like to land on the durians and then just hold on for dear life. Get owned. Get owned. Anyway. Forgot what I was talking about. OMG, STFU? STFU for what? For what? Because I kept repeating the fruits? I was doing it because I have to. I wasn't doing it for pleasure. I was doing it because I can't keep that information in my brain for like the 10 seconds that I need to keep it in my brain for unless I'm constantly repeating it. I'm just cranky today? Oh, okay, well, carry on. Sorry. Fair enough. The other thing I learned in my undergraduate degree is basically that, like, I mean, I learned the value of, like, the university library is basically it. 3 rhinos? I'm tempted to just jump off the edge. Like, all I did in undergrad, in my biology classes, was, like, lab work, and then also, like, go to the library and do, like, literature review. Like, that's the only 2 things that I really did. And I was like, this shit is boring. I'm out. I can't do this for 40 years. Are you crazy? $30 more seconds of this? I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. I told you I didn't know about all that. I told you I didn't know about all that. 3 fucking rhinos, piece of shit. No. 3 rhinos. Ridiculous. Like a damn sack of potatoes. How do you feel about learning programming? Honestly, learning programming was like some of the best money I've ever spent in my entire life. Even though I've never actually programmed as a professional, it introduced to me a pursuit that I greatly enjoyed, and also taught me the value of problem solving in a different manner than I have ever done it before in my entire life. It opened up a section of my brain that I had never really like thought about before. Like I thought that because I wasn't I mean, I was good at math, but I wasn't like interested that much in math in high school. So and horrible at engineering. So I gaslit myself into believing that like my brain just didn't work for computer programming. And then after like my 4th programming lesson, when I could actually write like a statement and execute it, I was like, wait a minute, this shit is like hidden like a deep spot in my brain. I'm not saying I'm the best programmer on earth by any stretch, or even a good one, but I was like, wait a minute, I sort of understand this. Because I think in a way, I'm actually kind of stupid. Like if my wife tells me to do something and it's not like one step, she's not like, place this in the garbage can. If she's like, can you clean the house? I'm like, what the hell? That's like 20 steps. I don't know what they are. I'm scared. I'm just going to putter around and like try to do my best at it, I guess. But in programming, I finally learned that every big problem is actually just a collection of very, very reasonable, smaller problems. Programming is all about like, I want to make something big. Let's break it down conceptually into the smallest possible steps, and then just complete every step, and then you've made the big thing. That's probably a little too forehead, but like it taught me a new way to like think about problem solving that has actually served me well in real life, quite frankly. Not like, I'm not saying I've made more off my programming lessons than the programming lessons made off me, but it wasn't lessons. I don't know why I'm describing them as lessons. I mean, it was school. It wasn't like I had like a one-on-one with Bjarne Schaarstrup, and he was like, here's how you fucking write an application in C++. It wasn't so bad. You had a hot professor? I did have a professor who had a chili pepper, but it was I was laughing a little bit because I always went to like rate my profs to figure out which teacher I wanted to get for night school. And then there was a teacher who had like 9.7 out of 10 and the chili pepper. And I was like, well, of course I'm taking a class with this hot ass dude. And then I got to the class and it was literally like a 74-year-old man with like with the George Costanza hair. And I was like, that's funny. Somebody's clearly executed a bit there. Hey, as a 33-year-old man, I feel like I do want to say, I feel like a website like Rate My Professor can't really be taken seriously as long as it still has the chili pepper. That is like, is this teacher hot? That's not something you need on the web. That's a Web 1.0 feature. You don't need the chili pepper anymore. They got rid of it. That's very sensible. I don't think we need... I mean, they're educators, you know? They didn't need to have the chili pepper there, man. That's juvenile. Was that for real there? It sincerely was. And this, like, the chili pepper still existed as of, like, 2015. So it's not like they eliminated it 10 years ago. Just maybe, like, 7 or 8. Rate My Professor's a great website, though. I had a horrible professor, dude. I mean, like, I had a lot of really good and really decent ones. I'll never begrudge a decent professor, especially in night school. They're just like, they're living their lives, man. And then like they come in for a lecture from like 5:30 to 8:30 on Tuesdays. Like if they're half-assing it, I'm like, fair enough. I probably would too. But I had some horrible professors in night. Well, I had one horrible professor. Like all he would do. I don't even remember the class, to be honest. I think it was supposed to be like advanced application development using C# and .NET, but like he never actually had us like do anything. Every class we went to, he would just talk to us about like how he was a serial entrepreneur and like what his next startup idea was and stuff like that, and we were just like I'm paying $500 for this course. I'm learning, like, actually nothing. Like, I'm basically, like, he would write, like, the assignment that he would write on the board is, like, you know, connect your application to Azure using your Microsoft account. And then we would do, it's a 3-hour class. We would do that, and then he would talk about how, like, you know, like, oh, when he first started his career, he was in Silicon Valley. And, like, you wouldn't even believe the kind of venture capital money that was flying around. And I'm like, okay, dude. I'm trying to fucking figure out how to, like, fizzbuzz here. I don't really care that you, like, were one of the first 750 employees at Yahoo. Like, any askers in the class? I don't think so. I'm just gonna say it. This shit is too long. Still made it. Hey, Chili Pepper. Any askers? I hate profs that talk about their lives. Like, who gives a shit? I think it's just if you have 10 minutes left at the end of class and somebody asks a question about like how would you use this in the real world, and the professor uses their life experience to explain it to you, that's great. You'd be like, actually, thanks for the intel. But I mean, I had one professor who was like, I don't know, he was just grumpy all the time. And you're like he's teaching a class full of like 30-year-old adults. And he's treating us like we're like 15-year-old kids that are just trying to get out of doing the homework when actually we're just asking questions. But he would always talk about how like, oh, if you could get away with that on the assignment and it would work, but I'm going to mark you down because that would never work in enterprise. I'm like, how do you know, motherfucker? You've been working in this school since like 1995. You want to tell me you know what it's like to like work at Salesforce in 2017? You've been in academia for like your entire life. Like that shit might fly when you're teaching 18-year-olds because they don't have the same kind of like life experience. But you're talking to adults here that have jobs. Like you're, well, kind of, in my case, but like it's just not a good excuse. It's like you can tell like if you're a kid's parent. You can, and they ask why they have to do something, you can get away with a couple, like, because I said so's. But if you're talking to another adult, and you're like, hey, can you do this? And they say why, and you say because I said so, like, I mean, that's not gonna work for you, man. You're dealing with a fellow adult here. Can you just, like, get out of my way? Like, let me rephrase. Can we get out of each other's way? There's more than enough space. The world was wide enough. I'll see you in hell. Keep a seat. Keep my seat warm for me. Save me a seat at the damn dinner table in hell, okay? I'm going. I'm staying. I'm going. I'm going. You would audit the shit out of your students? I actually wouldn't. I only audit people in chat when they're talking shit and like being a-holes for no reason. Most of, let me give you a little secret about most teachers. Whoa! Teachers are just like adults, like living their lives. Mostly, like if you think a teacher in high school has like a vendetta against you, I think there's like a 5% chance that you're right. And a 95% chance that you have just made them into a mortal enemy for no reason. And as soon as they go home, they turn on Survivor, and they forget that you exist. They're literally just like, oh, thank God my workday's done, so I can, like, spend 3 hours tonight reading 30 essays on the same thing, and then have, like, a glass of white wine and go to bed. But the students are like, oh, Mrs. Robertson, here's to you, Mrs. Robertson. You're my mortal enemy, you know. Like, it's just the same thing. Like, even when I taught ESL, I would have, like, 8-year-old kids that, like, every time I walked into the class, they were like, I'm gonna, like, it's me versus you. And I'm like, kid, I don't even care, like, who you are. I'm never gonna see you again after 2011. Are you crazy? Like, life's too short to get, you know, involved in these weird petty vendettas. I actually have, like, no clue, like, what your home life looks like at all. Like, I see you for an hour 3 times a week. It's not that serious. Can you just say, I'm fine, thank you, and you, so we can both, like, get a gold check mark on our report cards? I grabbed you about 100 times. I saw your body stop moving when I grabbed you, yeah? Overall, did your students like you? Young students, like, you know, kindergarten to grade 3, grade 4, not really. Older students, grade 6 and up, yeah, I would say. I'm not a good, like, early childhood educator. Because I have a deep voice, I don't have that kind of demeanor that, like, little kids really like. I'm a lot better at it now, because obviously, like, I have my own child. But prior to having my own I mean, I'm like I'm not an enthusiastic guy. I love tail tag. Holy cow! I love tail tag! I hate tail tag. Get me out of here. 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 I grabbed him. He got up in a second and was like, I'll take it back. How did he instant grab me? That's crazy. We did not win this one. Anyway, but like once kids, especially once the kids had like a good grasp of English, I mean, I was a completely acceptable teacher if like you're 12 years old or older, and just were like as long as you can have a shared idea with the kid that is like we're both in here to spend 50 minutes in the class, do what we need to do, and then get the hell out of here, then it was no problem. But when you got kids that are like 8 years old, I don't even blame like the 8-year-olds because they're 8. But like they're a little crazy, right? Like they're running around the damn classroom. You get like impulses as an 8-year-old. You'll just be like doing your work and then you like punch a kid in the shoulder just to like, you're like, my brain told me to. I'm not good at that stuff. Or at least I wasn't good at that stuff 10 years ago when I was like 21 or 22. But now that I, like, you know, have a child, you have to get good at it. But you don't have to get good. Like, to be a good teacher without having any experience as a teacher, I had to get good at that shit in, like, a day. You walk into the classroom and they're like, you gotta be, like, you gotta figure this shit out immediately. As a parent, you learn it day by day, you know? It's like programming. You break a big problem down into smaller chunks. How many kids do you send to the principal? I don't know. I probably sent like 1 kid a month to the principal. Sometimes it's just like Okay, I'm going down. Sometimes it's just got to be done. I didn't do it for pleasure. Because, like, when you send a kid to the principal, it reflects poorly on your own ability to manage the class as a teacher. But there's sometimes where a kid would just, like, kind of lose their mind. And you would be like, well, the only thing you respect is if, like, somebody is going to tell your parents that you're not behaving in school. So guess what? I'm not calling your parents because, again, we don't have a common language. So I got to send you to the damn principal's office so that she can call your parents. It's insane to me that we're not in last. I qualified 6th? Are you crazy? Okay, well now I see how I qualified 6th. Oh man. Yeah, I was teaching English in Korea, so there's a lot of stuff that, like, the education system at the school that I worked at needed I mean, I think it needed a philosophical change. There was no reason that I should have, like, we used to have, like, an hour lunch break, and I worked 3 to 10, so my lunch break was at, like, 8 p.m. Then, like, halfway through my tenure, they changed it to a 20-minute lunch break, and I had to spend the 40 minutes that I previously had as a lunch break calling children that had class with me earlier that day and being like, you know, I'd call up like a 40-year-old Korean lady and be like, hello, is Jenny there? And then wait like a minute to figure, they're like, who's this guy calling my little child? And then I'd be like, I'm from the school. And then I'd hear like, hi, Ryan, teacher. Hi, Jenny. Have you eaten dinner? Yes. What did you have for dinner tonight? And then just like hear Korean like whispering in the background, and then like a second later I hear like pig meat, and I'm like, oh, that's called pork. And she's like, yes, Ryan. Like, this information is just like never gonna stick in her brain. Just an extreme waste of everybody's time. Also, why the hell you got like your 8-year-old Korean kid like at 8 p.m. receiving phone calls for English lessons? Like, they don't have enough shit to do on top of like all the other schooling that they're in. Like, they can't have 5 minutes to just like be a kid. Anybody who's worked in like the Hagwon experience will relate to this. No, most people don't know this. The hardest time, like the most stressful time to be a Korean student is not like near the end of high school when you apply for university. It's not near the end of university when you're going to be applying for jobs. It's actually when you're like 11 and 12. Because then you're leaving like the elementary school system. You have to qualify for like the best possible middle schools that then prepare you for high school, that then prepare you for university. But it's like, it's almost like when you're 11 and 12, if you make it through that, it's almost downhill from there. Like, you got past the hardest part. Like, I would talk to my students and I'd be like, what's your average night like? And they would be like, well, like, I'm 12 years old and I go to bed at 1 a.m. And then I wake up at like 7 and I go to public school all day. I go home and eat like a snack, and then I go to private schools all night. Then I go home at 8 and I do my homework from public school. And then I do my homework from the private school. Thanks for the grab, by the way. This is why we can't have nice things. And I'm like, you know, like, I mean, what do you want me to say? You're 12. That's crazy. That's more work than a 12-year-old should be doing, in my opinion. As much as I've made the case, where are we going, lads? As much as I've made the case that what hit me? I hit a patch of choppy air! As much as I've made the case that, like, I do think, you know, at least my experience in the Canadian public system... Oh, I hit a fan, I see. My experience in the Canadian public school system is that, like, the kids could be doing more work. Not to be, like, I'm insane? Not to be malevolent, like, oh, those kids are having free time, but rather, like, just for their own, like, academic development, you could probably be doing a little bit more work when you're, like, 10 years old. Korea is, like, the opposite. Like, it's crazy. They got those kids working way too hard. Someone in chat also said they got, like, that's harder than anybody should work, and that's absolutely true. Nobody should be on, like, you know, 18 hours a day, but especially when you're like 11. Like, I mean, you're 11. The flip side is, and both Kate and Kate's sister echo this, because Kate's sister moved to Canada. She was like maybe 14 or 15, and Kate moved here when she was like 10. They were like, literally, I didn't have to do anything when I came to Canadian school, and I was the smartest kid in my class by like an order of magnitude. Just because Korean elementary school trains you to be in the fucking, you're in a damn cage match, and then you come to Canadian school, and you're like, oh, you finished your like 6 times tables? Here's a word search, you know? Enjoy. My wife moved here at age 13, same experience. No doubt. I mean, like, it's... I don't want to say it's easy, because, like, it's different for everybody, but it's definitely easier than, like, I mean, the Canadian public school. Like, some of my students in Korea, in, like, 6th grade, they were learning calculus. Not, like, advanced calculus, but we didn't even have a calculus class offered, to us until we were in 12th grade, and then like their talk, I don't know if they actually did it, but at the last time I checked, they were talking about actually taking calculus off the curriculum. Which, for the record, I don't work as an educator, might actually, there might be a good reason for that. That maybe you learn it all in university anyway if you go to a science or a math focused program. But like, definitely struck me as like 2 countries with very different philosophies on education. I remember I had a private lesson. Like sometimes we would have classes at the school that were just like one-on-one, and it was like a 13-year-old kid that lived in New Zealand for like 6 years and then moved back to Korea. I was teaching him a lesson about World War II. I did a bunch of research about like Rommel and the campaign in North Africa to teach him the lesson. Like 5 minutes into the lesson, he was like, "Teacher, I know all this." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know." It's silly me. I didn't think the average 13-year-old would know that much about the North African campaign in the Second World War, but I guess, you know, they just... I mean, this is not the average 13-year-old. Win the game, please. I will tell you, I'm going to do my honest best. But I have never won this game before. I'm going to try, though. I can't even grab the ball, so that's like a bad start. Don't grab me. Don't grab me. There's no need. I'm not trying to brag. I have gotten some eliminations in this game before, though. I've definitely gotten some snipes. Look at that. Like, that's a kill, for sure. That's a kill. Oh, you're so DI. This guy's got to go. He's at the edge. I'm okay. Don't. These guys have got to go. They're at the edge. It was the perfect smoky eye. No. He knew I was going to go. I'm alive. No! The bed. Okay, fine. You know what? We had fun, though. We had fun. Whew, we didn't win that one. Dude, can I just give me 1 hexagon? Just 1 hexagon? Dude, someone in chat reminded me there was another post on shit mom groups say that got me laughing. It's part of a theme on that subreddit. There's a few different genres of posts. You know, my kid has a fever of 104, but I don't trust doctors. What should I do? And then like lots of comments that are like, go to a doctor. But then there's another genre. Well, there's another genre below that, which is like, my kid loves driving. That for some, like, I let my 3-year-old drive my car. But then there's another one that's like, hey, I found like a used condom in my husband's pocket, but he says that he just jerked off into it at the bathroom at work. Can somebody tell me if I'm crazy to believe him? So in that, and there's a number of posts like that, but in this one, it was my husband, I found a charge on my husband's credit card for a massage parlor in town. He claims that he just wanted a massage, went in there, and then at the end of the massage, the lady tried to give him a hand job, and he said no, and she said it's only an extra $120, and he said, no, I love my wife. So then she was there, and she was on Facebook, she was trying to convince like a sleeper agent to go into the massage parlor and see if his statement about the price of the hand job was actually correct. She was like, I will pay for your massage if you go to the massage parlor and tell me how much they charge for a hand job. So I think this is, I mean, there's copium, and then there's, oh, that is true. I feel like if it's a legit massage, well, I guess she knows it's not a legit massage parlor, but like, she should feel comfortable going in herself if it's legit, but I guess that's a good point. She already knows it's not legit. I was on a perfect run, too. Holy cow. Whatever. I mean, some of the posts are just sad. Like, obvious. I mean, even that post is, like, a little sad, for sure. But something can be sad and humorous at the same time. Like Punch Drunk Love. I'm alive. Still a pretty good run, all things considered. What's your take on parents that let their teenage kids drink a bit to avoid them going crazy when they're older? I don't know. I haven't built up a philosophy on that. That's a tough question. I don't know how I'll feel about that when I'm, you know, 47 or whatever age I'll be when it might be relevant for me. I don't know. I do feel like, I mean, I have two conflicting thoughts in my head. And I say this as somebody who does drink. One thought is alcohol is poison and nobody should ever drink it ever. That thought is not really based in the real world. That's based in like a perfect world where people have no negative emotions they feel like they have to hide away from. So that's not really based, that's not a fact-based prescription for life, I think. My other thought is that everybody I know who had an unhealthy relationship, or at least most people I know who had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol in college, were the people whose parents were super strict and said, like, under no circumstances can you ever interface with anything that we don't deem to be acceptable. So I do feel like maybe having your parents around to model a healthy relationship with alcohol is a sensible thing. But I do think it's a prickly topic for sure. Because I don't really want to have, like, a bunch of 17-year-olds over at my house, underage drinking, and, like, without becoming an Am I the Asshole post, like, making me liable for whatever shit goes down, like, on my property. But at the same time, I would like to model a healthy relationship with alcohol for my own child. So it's, I don't know. I feel like if your kid's like 18 and they're living at home, you have like a glass of wine with dinner or something like that, and be like, hey, this is how like you should probably think about this. Maybe don't have like your first 100 experiences with alcohol be drink as much as you can, as fast as you can, as cheap as you can, and get into trouble. What about at like 15? I don't know. I think maybe on like on a special occasion when you're 15, you could have a glass of wine or something like that. I mean, I didn't drink in high school because I wasn't that cool, but definitely like, I don't know, most people do. And when they drink, they don't drink a glass of wine, you know, they drink like, I don't know, they're in high school. They probably drink like 4 White Claws and go crazy or something like that. But, you know, I don't think it's necessarily that any more harmful for them to have a glass of wine or so, or a beer or something with dinner. Not every night, but like, you know, maybe special occasions. But this is all hypothetical, because I plead the fifth to avoid incrimination. There is like another... There's like a law within a law, right? That's like, it's illegal to drink underage, but like if you're over a certain age, your parents can supply you with alcohol and it's not illegal or something. It's alright, I'll check on that in, you know, fucking 2037 or whatever. Thank you. Alright, you thank me. Sorry. I can't let go because then I'd have to admit that I'm wrong. Okay, good grab. Honestly, good grab. I don't know, I'm just running around. Hello. Hi. Thank you. We're all having fun up here. Just chill for like at least 20 more seconds or so. I grabbed. I'm so confident I grabbed you there. That was an insane drive-by. You got me, Ezio Auditore. I gotcha. Too many folks! There's too many folks around me! We out. Don't touch me, motherfucker. Oh, no. Bro, I hate it. I hate fucking tail tag. Tail tag. Ah! Okay, I'm okay. I'm still having... Dude, this is why Fall Guys... It's just like a... Fall Guys is like a chib stream. It's literally just like a vibe. I'm just vibing. I'm not even mad. Like, it doesn't matter what you're playing. You're just, like, enjoying life. What's your take on when kids should be allowed to swear? I mean, I'm in danger of being the most base parent of all time. The problem with swearing is that I don't really care if my child swears. My wife and I swear. It's not a sign of, like, moral degradation to use swear words that are not, like, slurs. Who cares? They have their place. The problem is that you don't want your child to swear around other kids and be like the kid who swears. So I think in a perfect world, I really would not care if my child swore at home if I could communicate that you only say those words at home and you don't say those words at school, at daycare, whatever. But I don't think it's realistic that like a 5-year-old child is going to adhere to that. That's the kind of shit that people say when they're like, well, if I was a parent, I would just feed my kid like the healthiest meal of all time every day. You know, like that's just no plan survives contact with the enemy, right? Like when you live in the real world, sometimes you got to make compromises. So I think we're going to try not to swear. And I mean, we've been doing it already. We're going to try not to swear in front of our daughter. Eventually, she'll be introduced to swear words. And hopefully when that happens, she'll be at an age where we can communicate effectively and be like, don't say those outside of the house, please. But she'll probably, I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up saying them outside of the house and then getting in a little bit of trouble. I mean, kids get in trouble all the time. I'm not that concerned about it, you know? You use it as like a teaching opportunity. Okay, yeah, lads, we gotta do a little seesaw here. A little ring around the rosy. Thank you, thank you. Did you see that play? I thought that play was pretty good. You know that, like, oh, so we have this Baby Shark pen that plays songs when you, like, point at something in an associated book. So it plays Ring Around the Rosie, but it doesn't say Pocket Full of Posy. I don't know if it's like, if the lyrics have changed when I was sleeping or something like that. But now it says, ring around the rosy, red, red rosy. Like, I don't know if, because they're trying to get it to no longer be associated with the bubonic plague or something like that. PC culture's gone too far, man. Shit was 700 years ago. Let's get over it. Up yours, woke moralists. What about ashes, ashes? No, then, so it goes, ring around the rosy, red, red rosy, jump, jump, we all fall down. So it's like almost not even the same song. It's... I gotta say, she loves it though. She does the jumping part. It's got nice, like, actions associated with it. Brent Burns signs with the Canes. That'll be fun. That'll be a heck of a power play. Is Johnny Gaudreau signed yet? Checking my watch. No. It's signing time. And then he morbs and his shirt changes from the flaming sea to just says Jersey on the front of it. It's Husing time. It's time to come. No. There will be no grabbing. How'd you guys get up there? How'd you guys get up? Oh, yeah, you know what? I bet you grabbed. I bet you grabbed. But this is... We don't lose on Fraser Crane's Seattle Penthouse, okay? Which is what I colloquially call this map. We did lose on it yesterday, but that was a fluke. Look at that. Beautiful. Don't even touch this shit. Just go straight to the other lane. Absolutely flawless. I love this line right here. Little dive under. Mission highly failed. Let's try again. Little jump dive over. A little dude in front of me can't figure out how to walk straight ahead, so as a result, I have to pay the price. Okay, that's fine. I mean, honestly, you really think about it. We get held back by other people all the time in our lives, you know? So you might as well get used to it. We're making it. We're not making it. That's fine. Take a second cycle. We're making it. Oh, we're making it. Can you get the let out? Like, some of us have work to do here. Some of us have not won a game of Fall Guys in about 6 days and could really use a little bit of... I mean, I could use some alacrity in my game right now. I'll just go ahead and say it. Dive under. Flip over. Not bad. We don't lose on Fraser Crane's Penthouse, man. Can you do the My God Fraser impression? It's the same thing every time. You really want me to do it? My God, Niles! This is more absurd than the time Maris paired white wine with beef. My God, Niles, you're nuttier than a red wine and fish pairing. Like, it's just... It's the same thing every time. It's just... It's either white wine with beef or red wine with fish. It's the same. If there's 3 rhinos, I may just quit, okay? I can't do it. It's too many, like, threads to keep in my brain at the same time. Three rhinos, 2 coconuts, and a durian. It's true. It's true. 1 rhino. Okay, 1 rhino. White wine and beef is crazy, to be fair. I'm just gonna be honest. I know I'm farming a lot of base here. I don't know if I buy all that, like, wine and food pairing stuff. You know, like, says who? Like you can't have red wine and fish? What if the fish has like a demi-glaze on it? You can't have white wine and beef? Well, what if the beef has like a... What if the beef is like, it has a garlic sauce or something like that? They don't pair well together? Says who, though? Like, Paul Giamatti in Sideways? Like, who died and made him the only dude on Earth with taste buds that we trust? I'm just saying I don't buy it, man. I'm not saying I mean, like, here's the thing. If I was having a nice meal and I had people over and it was fish and all I had was red wine. Well, if I was a guest, I would be like, yes, please. I'll have some red wine, please. If I was a host, I might go to the liquor store and buy another bottle. But if the host has different rules, unfortunately. I'm not saying that's how it should be, but I'm a very happy guest. I wouldn't, if I was a guest at a dinner party and they were like, oh, sorry, I know we're having beef, but we only have white wine, I would be like, I don't give a shit. Yes, please. As a host, I would be like, oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. I know I'm serving beef Wellington. I slaved over the stove all day for this beef Wellington, but all we have is this white Zinfandel. If you want to leave, I understand. What if you were a guest and they offered you a shower beer? I think I would take the shower beer, honestly. I would never drink a shower beer of my own volition at my current age and place in life, i.e. happily married. No offense, but if I was a guest in somebody's house and they were like, hey, here's a beer for the shower, especially if I was like overseas, I would be like, I guess that's just how they do it here. A shower beer. Plus, I feel like you're more free from judgment, right? Because they'll be like, whoa, you had a shower beer? That's weird. And I would be like, no, I had a shower beer in Croatia. And they'd be like, oh, that must be the way they do it in Zagreb. Holy shit. In Zagreb, they don't think you're clean unless you drink a beer in the shower. Did you see me get grabbed on the way up there, by the way? We got plenty of time, lads. There's no reason we have to fight each other here. Yahoo! Do you consume caffeine? I do. Hey, do you know, like, I was reading, again, the antibiotic interaction page for the antibiotic course I just finished? Something my pharmacist did not tell me. Please do not eat any foods with calcium in them within 2 hours of consuming this. They told me to avoid eating cheese around the time that I took the medicine. And I don't drink milk to begin with. So I just avoided cheese for a couple hours in advance and afterwards taking the medicine. When I looked it up on the actual website, like the company that manufactures the drug, they were like, avoid at all costs. Like, any foods with calcium. I started looking up the nutritional labels of all the shit that I eat. They put calcium in everything because the damn milk lobby's got people convinced that it's the most important mineral. They be fortifying fucking everything with calcium, man. You can't eat shit. What a shot. Fall Guys, recognize Hexagon as your best final and use it proportionally as a result in your game 2022 challenge. Impossible. Did you see that lethal throw? I gotta put myself in a position to grab a ball. Not a good throw. That's okay. I'll take this one. Oh, no. Get out of there, lads. Blitz ball. Blast ball. Blitz ball. I live, bitch. No, I got it. It's mine. It's mine. Bro, I was gonna lethal them. I can't let you do that. Four of 14 eliminated. The dude's literally just standing still. Be careful. 7 of 14. No! Don't hit me. I'm gonna stay close to you. Oh, what a shot! What an amazing throw! I want this one. Oh, fuck. My feet, happy feet. DI. 9 of 14 eliminated. You're lucky. That's not DI. That's the opposite of DI. Okay. It's fine. Good try, good try. Bad DI on that. I tried to get out of the way. Instead, I accelerated the blow. It's okay. I had a good time on that one. Thanks to whoever recommended The Bear yesterday. Great show. I watched 5 episodes in a row last night. Please do not encourage them. They have no part in making the show. They're simply part of the street team. Are they here? They're not even here right now. They're probably at their alma mater that they accidentally leaked in chat yesterday and then said that they actually were talking about the Upright Citizens Brigade. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Wow, I love the bear. You know their name in chat? I'm bad at so many things. I'm actually insane at reading. I'm not saying I'm the best reader in the country, but if you gave me a room with like 100 people that was a representative sample of society, I would probably say, I would confidently place myself in the top 5 readers in the room. That's my personality. What can I say? I'm not saying the best. I'm just saying the top 5. I might be 5th. I might be 2nd. I don't know. You read any books in the Old Testament? No joke. I'm listening to an audiobook that's like the great courses understanding the Old Testament. It's not because I'm religious, because I genuinely am not. But I got so fed up with all these Sporkle quizzes that would drop like one religion question on you, and I would be like, I don't know. Name the person who's considered the father of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And I would be like, I don't know. Paul of Tarsus, and people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, now I know that I'm stupid, and the answer is Abraham. You know, I'm slowly expanding the breadth of my knowledge a little bit. Like, not a lot, but a little bit. I just wanted the slice of the hammer. I guess that's not allowed anymore. They should write a newer testament. They should write a newer testament with like a cool Jesus. Like a Jesus that uses a vape pen or something like that. Like, it's time, right? It's called the Book of Mormon. All right. I haven't gotten to that part of the course yet. I choose not to respond. Dude, I need to read the Truth Social post. It makes me laugh so hard. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. What an incredible post. Holy cow. I love it. Electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, and rocket ships to nowhere. All heavily subsidized, without which he would be worthless. I could have said drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. It's such an insane, but all, you know what it is? It's actually like, oh my god. It's like a redo of Tyler 1 talking about Ludwig. I'm not flaming, I'm just saying. I'm making it. Holy cow, what a post. I'm not saying you have to hand it to him, but I think when I saw the post, the Twitter caption was, holy cow, he's still got it. And I don't know, it's just the perfect caption. Oh man, okay, I'm in. I'm in. Now, Sips, put this in your pipe and smoke it, Sips. Let me give you a little lesson on physics, okay? You want to stay on the edge of the damn paddle, so when you get shot up, you go in first place. Put me in the clip. I played pinball before. You think I haven't played Pinball FX too? Can you imagine if Fall Guys had proxy? I'm just laughing at this guy, man. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. Can you imagine if Fall Guys had proximity chat? Honestly, I would just look up, like, the MP3 of the USB sound when a device gets unplugged from your computer, and I would play that into the mic 24/7. I think that would add to the atmosphere. Ding dong. Do do do. Ding ding dong. Ding dong. Oh. Pipe. I like Pipe Dream. You make me feel like a Fall Guys pipe dream. The way you suck me off tight skin jeans. We ain't ever going back. We ain't ever going back. Girl, you got your skin-tight jeans and your piston jeans and your pipe dreams tonight. Another great song ruined? Dude, what are you talking about? Those are the lyrics. Piston jeans? Well, I don't know. She might not say piston. It's been a while since I heard it. I only just got back on the Peloton like 2 days ago. I took a Cody Rigsby ride today. Every song was about, like, either giving or receiving fellatio. Is a joke for the Peloton heads amongst us? Except it's not a joke. It's real life. I'm insane. I love this course. Let me up. No. Let me up. Yes. Let me up. Yes. We gotta go the other side. The quicker you accept that, the happier you're gonna be. Nothing wrong with this, dude. A solid performance. Are we gonna make that? I don't think we're making it. Just don't hit me. Okay. You know what? We qualified. I already know we qualified. It was a beautiful run. I did not see the SNL sketch full stop, but I did not see the specific one where Pete Davidson sucks The Rock's ass. But I will say my wife's been listening to the Moana soundtrack a lot. I don't know if you know the song You're Welcome from the Moana soundtrack. I'm pretty sure that The Rock did not sing that song. I'm pretty sure Lin-Manuel Miranda performed it, and then they ran it through like a Rock Lyrebird like vocalizer. It's so either that or The Rock is the greatest mimicker of all time, because you could tell like the whole thing is in Lin-Manuel Miranda's exact cadence and voice. And I'm like, I just imagining Lin-Manuel Miranda doing it for The Rock like 20 times. And then The Rock's like, okay, I can do that. And then it is like a perfect mimic. Moana soundtrack kind of good. I've never seen the movie. But the songs that I've heard off of it, I've enjoyed. There's a ramp somewhere, right? Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm getting a little lucky here. It's called a little luck sack. Take me up. We accept that. Damn gravity, dude. It's close. I mean, you gotta beat me on one. That's the thing. Oh, he just beat me on one? Okay, I give up. Goodbye. I feel like, A, you're a ball player. But I also feel like, B, we got a little unlucky there. That's good. Oh, I made an incorrect gamble. 6 to 10, huh? I really thought that fan was on and it could push me over. That's fine, you're gonna get that. 20 seconds. We're gonna need some serious reaction time. Honestly, what can you say? He boomed me. He boomed me straight up. Gravity and the fan! Where's the damn... Oh, honestly, I thought we played pretty well. I thought we were going up against somebody who was good. And maybe got a little bit of luck on their side. I'm not suggesting they won because of the luck. I do think they were better. But they also did get, like, 2 adjacent ones. That's enough. That's, you know... He was doing some good stuff. What does NT mean? That would be nice try. Okay. I think we got one left. And then I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna probably play some SAP. I like the weekly this week. Chess me? We might do some chess puzzles. And then maybe some games. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Chess is very draining. Because everybody online only watches, myself included, only watches Grandmasters. And then whenever a 1400 plays like a 1400, i.e. blundering, every 7th move, people are like, how did you not see that? And you're like, well, if I saw that, I wouldn't be fucking 1400. Dummy. I would be fucking, you know, I would be like a 2200 or something. Did you see the news about Levy? I saw that he said he's retiring from over-the-board serious chess events. Is that the news? Hello, Josh, by the way. Hello. And online, too. Here's the thing. Honestly... I mean, here's now I'm getting like, this is a take, okay? So I apologize. The thing with chess is like... It's actually such a disproportionate difference between effort required to be amazing at it and reward. Like, not... Just going to the tournament is a huge investment. You're probably paying for your own room and board. You're paying an entry fee, and you're doing it for the privilege of spending 2 to 4 hours a day basically just doing like the most mentally taxing thing that you could do against somebody who's trying their hardest to defeat you. And then I'm sure that it also comes with added toxicity when you're like a content creator like Levy is, one of the most visible faces of chess, right? Like, so I'm sure every time Levy has like a performance that he's not thrilled with, he probably catches some heat online. And not even just heat, but I'm sure it's annoying to like feel bad about yourself and like how you performed, and then have people be like, don't worry, we love you no matter what. Like, I'm sure that shit's kind of annoying as well, to be honest. So and the level at which it becomes like financially sensible to put in that amount of effort is like literally being one of the best. I should not have jumped there, that's on me. Literally being like the best players in the world, like probably one of like the top, I don't know, like 25 players on earth or something like that, which is really, really, really hard to do. So honestly, I fully support Levy if he doesn't want. I mean, you know, it's not like we talk every day, but I fully understand why he would be like, you know what, maybe my efforts are better served making YouTube videos that teach people how to be better at chess, and every single one of them gets 400,000 plus views or something like that, instead of spending months preparing for over-the-board tournaments and then every single day being incredibly stressful. And also, I can't do my job while I'm there. So I think, like, he's got a good thing going, and it makes sense to apply your effort, you know, where it's best served. Also, it was a lot less stressful, I'm sure. This take is too good. Please stop. Sorry. What I meant to say is, oh, what? You couldn't do the easiest thing in the world and get 3 Grandmaster norms? Come on, man. Just take a year off from your job that you're crushing it at. Move to Eastern Europe where they have tournaments with GM norms every 2 weeks, and then go... just do it, man. Just do it. Anybody could do it. That's why there's so many Grandmasters in the world. That probably just cost us to qualify. I was looking at chat to see how many lulls there were. That's so... I have a problem. I have a problem with pride. I'm just gonna own that. Hold on, never mind. I'm the best to ever do it. Pride's not a problem if you're the best to ever do it. I just got my neck caught in the damn swiveler. Oh, we're back. We got nothing to worry about. No! We're fucked. I was glancing to see the +2s again. It's alright. I actually play better from the rear. Oh, speed bump almost took me out of my prime. It's worth it? That was worth. That was the best play available. That was not the best play available. Stop moving! I got passed by 8 people. No, 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 no! Oh no, I see my shadow on the finish line, dude! It's okay, we love you. I'm doing one more. We love you no matter what. This shit sucks so much to hear. Like, I don't even like hearing that from my parents. And it's actually true for them. I'm back in on belief. People got too damn good at this game, man. That's for damn sure. I'm vibing with that PC Gamer article that was like, games suck when you try to get good at them. I know I talked about it on yesterday's stream, but you might not have been here. But like, legitimately, like, I think that's the first article I've read from a gaming website in like years where I was like, this person's got it fucking figured out. They were like, we're all tricking each other into thinking that what we should try to do is get good at this stuff. But as soon as you get good, you get matched with people who are good, and then you don't have fun anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly my experience. Precisely true. Absolutely true. Then you just get gooder. I think there's a caveat. If you're like top 1% in gaming skill, maybe you can get some enjoyment out of that. Out of getting to Diamond Master League tier and like having fun with it. But I look at like Hearthstone, where like everybody who got big playing Hearthstone on Twitch retired or like doesn't play it anymore. And I also think about how there would be like screenshots, people would tweet screenshots that are like, who made it to legend? I'm gonna take 6 months off from streaming, see you guys in the wintertime. Like, obviously that's something that's like, it must fucking suck to be that good. Because when people are that good, they're like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. Like, the proof is in the pudding. The perfect fucking line. Granville Station after the escalators broke? You're not killing me. Okay, you'll kill me real quick, but that's fine. Did you see that fucking line, though? will always have that fucking line. That was also pretty insane. You seem like a good dad. At the risk of foreheading you, I actually think like being a good dad to a toddler is like pretty simple. Easy maybe is not the right word because it does take a lot of effort, but is actually like you don't have to be a rocket scientist, which is why I get so annoyed when I'm at the park and there's dads look, I don't want to make this a dad versus mom thing. I would say the moms are on their phone a lot, but I would also say the moms are probably looking after the kid a little more and probably just having the slightest bit of human conversation probably feels like you need that in order to keep your mental game strong. But like when I'm at the park and I see a dad who's on his phone for like a minute straight and his little toddler is just running around like going crazy and almost getting hit in the face by swings and stuff like that, I'm like, literally you just have to put your phone in your pocket and talk to your kid, idiot. Just like it's actually like so easy. Just talk to your kid. Your kid is like 1.5. Talk to your kid and be like, hey, do you want to go on the swing? And then the toddler will go like, mama, and then you'll go, okay, let's go on the swing then. And then you push your kid on the swing and like make sure they don't sustain any more physical injuries than is necessary. Because they're gonna sustain physical injuries. Like, kids just do be getting hurt, like, on the regular. Because they don't know, like, how to move around safely and stuff like that. They're always bumping into shit. It happens all the time. What if it's their stepkid? Don't try to get me in a catch-22. I grabbed the streamer. Lol, dude. Insane lol. And look at how tilted he got after I did it. Well, guess what, kid? I'm not writing you a letter of reference. I see you in the DMs. Hey, been a big fan of yours for a long time. Hoping to get a letter of reference for this job interview that I'm... No. Get ghosted. Ask a teacher. I've seen your true nature. Does that really happen? No, I just made it up. It's never happened to me in my entire life. I don't think I've ever written a letter of reference for anybody. I've been a reference for somebody on a passport application. Does that count? They'll like call you and they'll be like, hey, you were on Elizabeth's passport application as a reference. Have you known her for 5 years? And I'm like, yep. And then they're like, is she who she says she is? And I'm like, yep. All right. Thank you for your service. I'm going. I'm not going. I was told to stay. I'm going. Guys, we gotta go. That was all me. I'm mad, but it was all me. Like, in a bad way. Like, everything bad that happened to us there was my fault. Hey, guys, there's enough space. Like, you don't do the thing like when you're walking, where you're like, hey, someone's gonna occupy the space that I'm about to be in 2 seconds. Let me move 6 inches over to the left so that we don't bump into each other. You guys just don't do that. I thought that was part of, like, the social contract. I'm gonna die. Yep, here it comes. All right. Fair enough.